It's going to be a massive juggle. I don't know how I'm going to get it all done today. You working from home, running a home, and family stuff as well. There's lots and lots to get done. I'm feeling the stress today. I was going to say we're doing a healthier shop. Where have those biscuits just come from? I didn't put those in there. Right, now time to go back to this work. I'm also going to quickly tackle this cupboard as well. That can be very, very difficult to juggle with work. Good morning and welcome back to a new vlog. Today we're going to be juggling. I have got so much to do, all different types of things, from work, home, kids, loads and loads of things going on. It's going to be a massive juggle. I don't know how I'm going to get it all done today. But a lot of it has to be done today, so I thought I would share that with you. Working from home, running a home, and family stuff as well. There's lots and lots to get done. I'm feeling the stress today, so I thought I'd pick up the camera and share with you. The washing machine is on already. I've done a wash load. We've finally got sunshine. Anyway, it is 9:30. I started work at 5:30 this morning. And I've already got Sunday's vlog edited. I've worked out already. Aid's on a call, so I am on coffee duty. So that's my next job. Really hope you'll enjoy hanging out. The juggle's a real struggle, isn't it? And I know lots of you feel the same no matter what kind of life you lead. So I hope this helps you today. Hope this inspires you and just lets you know that you're not the only one juggling. I'm also in the middle of sorting my kits. I got most of them out yesterday, but I've got some that I've ordered extras. I've got sale kits as well. I've had a summer sale going on. I'll leave the link to that down below if you want to go and check out my Crafty summer sale. So I need to do that as well today. I really want to get all of those done. And I've got a few more boxes to pack as well. I didn't quite get it done yesterday. It's just been one of those weeks. And for dinner, we are having fish tacos. I bought these reduced a few months ago. They really need eating. So we're going to have those today. First of all, I need to finish tonight's journaling video. And the guys outside have got the streamers out. Yeah, so it's typical when I want to film. The streamers are out. I've had 2 lots of kit papers arrive this week for August and September. I need to get ahead with my monthly kits because the Septembers go the day after we land. So I need to get onto those. Look how sweet these are. I've got some really nice papers. I'm really chuffed with these. We've got a summery one and then we're going into autumn, which I'm really excited about. Anyway, I'm going to grab my journal. Got my coffee and I'm about to film in here while the guys outside have got their streamers out. It was the first time, by the way, last night that I started to feel anxious about going away, my workload, and how am I going to get it all done. I hate that feeling, and I've got it again today. I just hate that feeling so much. I would like maybe 4 days of solid work to try and get myself ahead of the game so I can start scheduling things, videos, doing videos, online classes, that kind of thing. But whilst we're gone, that's what I would like to do. So I have just finished off this journal here, which I now need to go and finish editing. I've edited up until the little bit that I've filmed. So now I'm going to go and finish that. Video is filmed and edited and uploading. We've had some blind samples arrive today. We've decided to get blinds for the kitchen window and the office window ready for when we go away. Yeah, possibly the landing, don't they, yet? Yeah, we don't know about that yet. But more for security and that. Well, we've got family staying, but obviously if they go out or they go home or visiting. Well, we want blinds anyway. Yeah, I know we do. We particularly want these though before we go away. Yeah, exactly. So we've just been back to blinds to go. We've decided what type of blinds we want, but now we need to decide what shade of white. Right, this is the next big decision. So are these knots and definites?
Well, no, these are ones possible. These
are really?
knots.
See, these look quite cream.
But these are too white, I think.
Yeah, what about that one?
It looks a little bit pinky.
Oh, is that the one when you put it up at the window?
Yeah, because we actually put them up against the window as well, and they end up looking a different colour again. See, the white I just think, well, I know they're all whites, but that just looks a bit too white.
Yeah, too.
It kind of matches the
it does
paint.
actually when you look at it.
But
like
it's kind of, it's okay.
Yeah.
But then that's when you put one like that against
that's too yellow.
It's too yellow, whereas this one looks almost like a bit of a go-between.
Yeah.
Doesn't it?
Yeah, that's not too bad.
And that one there.
That's too cream as well.
This one there, I just think just...
I don't know. Like you say, it depends on the light.
I think what we need to do is leave them on the windowsill.
Yeah, we'll look at them.
I just think the white one just looks a bit too...
Yeah, I agree. It's
Does it
quite
look too
shiny
white?
as well.
And that one there just looks like you're in a
a
waiting room somewhere.
Yeah, I agree.
So I think we agree that that one, but it's any... That one I'm not sure. Maybe we put them up on the windowsill and leave them there and look at them.
The day is not going as planned. I'm not getting as much done as I expected. I need to put the kettle on. We've just taken crumpets outside for lunch and we've got flying ants in the wall again. We had it last weekend, so we don't have anything to treat them. So they're just going to boil the kettle. And we've changed our mind already on the blinds. We've stuck them, Aid stuck them on the actual window frame. And the ones that are off-white look quite dirty on there. So I think we're going to go with white. They just make you feel so grossed out. There's 2 spots there. And then they're all the way down here as well, all the little ants. And there's flying ones in amongst them all. We had them in our old house as well. We're definitely going to need to get some stuff. Aid's saying they're really bad on the other side. Oh, they really are bad on the other side. We've just come to the other side of the wall. Oh, they are everywhere. Oh my goodness. Yeah, we've definitely got an ant problem, haven't we? Oh, that is yucky. Not many bugs I kill. I try and get flies out. We rescue spiders. Wood lice get gently picked up. Moths, daddy long legs. Ants, however, they're just, no, I just don't want ants. I really don't. They're just gross. Ugh. Now time to go back to this work. Got so many other things on my list today. I want to hoover, I want to dust, I want to get the bathroom ready. We've got Aid's parents coming. There's so many things, but I'm trying to prioritize in order of what everything needs doing. So the video's uploading for that video for tonight. And now if I can get a load of this done, that can go in the post today, so that'll be really helpful. And then we need to go food shopping later. To get some ant killer. And then things like hoovering and that bathroom I can do tonight. I'll do it that way. Was going to bake a cake, but that's going to be done tomorrow now as well. I'm going to push some things over to tomorrow. I'm going to quickly tackle this cupboard as well. That wasn't on my list today. And I'm not doing a tidy up. But I need to get some tissue paper out, which is in this box here, for what I'm about to work on. And also I have lost my favourite backpack that I use for hand luggage and my neck pillow that I use on the plane as well. I'm wondering if I've put it in here. So we cleared out the room because Louis came and stayed. So I'm wondering if I've just shoved it in here. So I need to go in to get tissue paper. So I'm going to pull it out and have a look. Can't see anything. Really hoping I just kind of wedged it up here. Don't think I have.
Keep looking. Yeah.
I can't think where else it's gone.
Have you seen it in the house?
Yeah, I think so. I think when I was unpacking some of the suitcases with all the Florida stuff.
Oh, I had an idea.
Yeah. 4 hours to get this done. So in case you wonder why I'm working at the dining table, if you aren't already familiar, I have a creative business. It's a monthly journaling, like scrapbooking type memory keeping club. And once a month I send out a monthly box, and I've always packed those at the dining table. I just need that extra space. Even in the old house when I had a massive studio, it still didn't fit, and I need to be able to walk around the table, so I've always come to the dining room table, which is quite nice because like now I stand and pack my kits in front of the TV. So I'm at the end of kit packing now and just doing the last few bits and pieces. And this is my juggle. This is what I struggle with. I'm working from home, but there's always so many other distractions, house bits and pieces, phone calls, flying ants, you name it, it gets in the way. And sometimes it can be really, really hard to focus. Or the other thing is you don't have that divide. And I know I've spoken about that a lot here, about work boundaries and things like that. And for me, if I wake up early, it's not unusual for me to wake up sort of like 4, half 4. And rather than most people might just relax, read if they can't go back to sleep, I get up and work because I have always got work to be done. It's normal for me to be sat at my desk at 5 o'clock in the morning. I just naturally wake early. But at the same time, it's also very normal for us still to be working late into the evening. With us both working from home, it's just easy to pop back on the computer, answer emails, or I carry on working in front of the TV. It's very, very hard to find that boundary or to keep within boundaries. It's a grey area. It's something for over 20 years I've been trying to master, and I still haven't.
Hello, Mona. I push back the serious feeling. The end's unknown.
What did I say about family phone calls? We're now just dealing with some stress with our youngest. Uni accommodation, trying to finalise lots of things. He's going on to do a master's, and it just hasn't been straightforward with the accommodation. He's got to move out of his property next week, so we're trying to just sort a time when suits us, when suits him. He's just found out this was the phone call that he's working every single day before he moves out. And when you've just been saying, get yourself sorted, he's had a few days off, get yourself sorted, get yourself packed, all of you start getting the house cleaned, and suddenly it's a manic panic. And because we're working, we can't just drop everything and go midweek during the day. So we're just trying to sort things out. And again, that kind of like encroaches into your work day. If I was in a normal office job or any normal job, I wouldn't be able to just pick up my phone. But because we work from home, family just call whenever they want and just expect us to be able to meet their needs. So that's a very difficult time as well. So that's a real problem. I mean, it's great that we can help people out or speak to people. We do have that flexibility, especially in an emergency. That is amazing. We're very, very grateful for that. But it can be very, very difficult to juggle with work. So what kind of juggles do you have? How do you juggle things in your life? Are you like me and you're just trying to balance those balls all the time? Today, I'll let you into a little secret. I let things slip. I did not do as well as I'd hoped. And you'll end up seeing in the end of the video, I don't get all the stuff done that I'd really planned to, which is a pain because they still have to be done. But it just means that they end up going into the next day, which means you've got even more to juggle the following day. It's so difficult, isn't it? I just feel like we try and do so many things. I think back in the day, when, like my mum, when I was little, was a housewife, were things then so much easier? Financially, it must have been more of a struggle, but you didn't have telephones, you didn't have the computer, you didn't have social media as a distraction. I don't think you had the same worries with your kids back then. I might be wrong, let me know, but you couldn't keep tabs on them like then. You wouldn't have had the phone. Well, I guess you still had phone calls, but maybe not in the same way. The expectations weren't the same. You looked after your family, you looked after your home. Please tell me if I'm wrong. I know we've got some older people here, so you might be able to let me know. But I just look back at how I grew up, and I think life was more simple back then. Even to be honest, when my kids were growing up, when I had little ones 20 years ago, we didn't have Facebook, we didn't have Instagram, anything like that. We didn't have tablets, so we didn't have the same kind of arguments with the kids. They played, we played. I think things were much more simple now. I think life is one huge, massive struggle now. Let's say the word juggle, not struggle. That we're just constantly trying to keep all the balls up in the air, aren't we? It's really, really tricky. I think possibly our kids were the last generation to be brought up without the technology that we have now. You went to a coffee shop and you chatted with your kids and you had the sticker books, colouring books out as a distraction, whereas obviously we didn't have our phones to give them back then. They didn't get plugged into an iPad, that kind of thing. I think our kids were definitely the last generation of that, and I'm really grateful for that, actually. I'm glad we didn't have apps, and I'm glad that, you know, we didn't have all the different distractions back then. I think it's a lot harder for parents now. I really do. Although these things are great, I think they add a lot more complications. And yeah, I'm really grateful that we didn't have all that when our kids were little. I think it's definitely much harder now. I've finished doing what I need to do today, work-wise. It is 4:45. Post goes in half an hour, so we're going to drop off. And should we go out the back way? And then we're going to go straight to Lidl and get our food shop because we've got guests coming this weekend. It always surprises me when we come at tea time how quiet it is. You'll be really pleased to know they've run out of broccoli. Oh. It's just always quiet at this time, isn't it? I just don't understand. Any good offers on? I'm after some chicken. We've got bacon in the freezer already. We don't really eat it. Should we just use what we've got in the freezer? Lidl is such a good place to pick up your nuts. There's such good prices in here. Fruit and nuts, really good. Right, let's get out of this snack aisle. We don't need to be here. I was going to say we're doing a healthier shop. Where have those biscuits just come from? I didn't put those in there. And we are home. And this little lot cost £75. It doesn't seem to be an awful lot. We got cream cheese that was on offer, the bratwurst are on offer, natural yogurt. I picked up some stickered fish, got 2 haddock fillets. I don't usually buy those, but I fancy doing a Cheats fish and chips one night, and some salmon that was reduced. We've got Aid's mum and dad coming over to stay at the weekend, so I want to recreate the Epcot baguettes. So I've got cheese and I have got ham, and I'm going to do like a mustard mayo with them. I'm doing chicken and pineapple noodles for dinner, so I've got a couple of packs of chicken thigh fillets. Aid picked up chocolate digestives and ginger nuts, his go-to, and we are loving cheese and Marmite crumpets for breakfast at the moment, so we've got a couple of packs of those. The little gems were on offer, got some of those. Red onions, wholemeal bread, the cabbages. I bought a tiny cabbage for 80p in Morrison's the other day, and these are massive for 75p, so I was pleased with those. Mushrooms, fresh ginger, cherry tomatoes, the large garlic, which I love from Lidl, a couple of limes, a courgette, bananas, fresh pineapple, that's for the chicken and pineapple Saturday. Potatoes, a couple of noodle packs, white rice, sweet potato, big bag of mixed peppers. I've got tortilla wraps, free range eggs. I love these for lunch with cream cheese and tomatoes. Porridge oats for lunches. These are for travel day. We're going to stash away in our hand luggage for a treat on the plane. We both love those. Marmite is for the luggage as well for the villa when we go to Florida. We're going to try these. They were much cheaper than the normal ones we buy. £4 and 9p for 50, and it includes rinse aid. The non-rinse aid were actually £2 something. And we also wanted tablets to take to the villa as well. So we'll bag some of those up. Loo bleach, bathroom cleaner. I love the smell of this stuff. And then we've got some tinned tomatoes. So that was £75. Oh, and Aid's put a couple of orange juice cartons in the fridge outside. No alcohol or anything. It feels very pricey for that. And I did my usual of buying pasta for the food bank as well. So yeah, that's it. Where are you guys food shopping at the moment? I took my post and dropped it off. The place is still a mess. I'm still in the middle of working, so I'm gonna unpack this and then get sorted here a little bit. Oh, well, I got to make dinner as well. It's actually 10 to 6. We haven't eaten since the 2 Marmite cheese crumpets about 11, 12 o'clock. I'm gonna try and experiment. I want to make taco shells with these mini wraps. I know they're very closed, but I think if I can just partially toast them, Let's see what happens. I'm just making up some coleslaw. I've shredded some of the white cabbage and carrot. I'm going to add some, I've got a little bit of low calorie, low fat mayo. I'm just going to squeeze in some lemon juice. And I'm going to throw in some pickles as well. Let's mix that all in. That coleslaw is so good. I've never made it with pickles before. And I added some of it's quite a spicy vinegar that's in there. I've added some of that in with it as well. So it's got a nice little kick with a little bit of sweetness as well. Go super quick. These toasted really nicely actually. I didn't toast them too much just so that they could be just a bit more fresh, if that makes sense. They're a little bit warm and you can mould them a little bit better. Filled them with salad and we've got lime juice to go on them, and then the homemade coleslaw that I've just made. I haven't actually done too badly because I've put all the shopping away and then I made dinner and it's 6:25, so it's actually really fast. That was so good. I've never made those before. Our daughter has fish tacos a lot and always goes on about them. They were so good. Love that coleslaw as well. I'm going to clear up the kitchen, aid sorting out the garden and bringing in the washing. And I'm going to give my mum a call as well because I do love to multitask. Kitchen's tidy. I've washed up. I never think to use the dishwasher. And Aid's just bringing in the washing and I'm going to have a little bit of a tidy up here, although I will be back here tomorrow morning to start work again. I think I had high hopes for today. I've got so much still on my list. I didn't bake a cake. I haven't packed all my sale orders. I had a letter through the post yesterday, something I purchased that we've been really happy with. It said that if I go on and leave a review, I'll get a £20 gift card. So I'm going to do that, but I didn't get around to doing that today. Vacuum, dust, clean the bathroom, and do some other bathroom bits, but I think I might do all of that tomorrow now. So we're going upstairs. I need to exercise and I need to do some travel bits as well. So I will finish off this vlog tomorrow morning, just doing the final few bits on my list. And anyone else make little piles at the bottom of the stairs of things to take up? The next day and the juggle is still on. Right, it is 9:15. I did have a lovely early start again. It's going to be a warm day today, which is quite nice. We're skipping coffee. I'm going straight on to bake. I am going to make a pumpkin and apple cake. We've got Aid's family coming over tomorrow for the weekend. And I'm trying to get ahead. I do a recipe in my little work magazine every month. And if I can do an autumnal one, I can use that in my zine in October. So see what I mean? But the juggling, it really kind of, doing this helps me out. Whereas if I just make a cake, like a lemon cake, which I was going to do, it doesn't help me out in any other way. So I like, again, it's multitasking, isn't it? It really helps me out. So I pulled out a recipe of mine from my recipe journal. I love this thing. But I'm going to change it up a little bit. We're going to add some apple to it. I haven't done apple and pumpkin before. I think it sounds nice. So we're going to do that. I've got all the ingredients out. And what I love about this recipe, you just throw it all in, mix it up and bake it. It's so easy. If I can do one job that actually serves the purpose of two, that's just such a good win in my eye. Last night when I was cleaning up the kitchen, I managed to get a phone call in with my mum and our daughter, so I was really happy about that. But yeah, I'm always trying to think of ways that I can multitask. When I'm on the treadmill, I'm always doing something else as well, watching something that I need to watch, listening to a podcast. Yeah, I'm just always trying to think of ways to do that. But I do have to admit that me taking out this baking time, although it helps me, I need the cake for tomorrow. I've also then got content for October for my business. It's actually me taking a little bit of slower time as well, because you know how much I love to bake. So in some ways, we could actually say it serves three purposes. I am trying to lead a much slower life these days, but sometimes it is really tricky, especially when you do have to work long hours and you do have other things to juggle. Some days are just busier than others, aren't they? And you just can't avoid that. And as for fitting in the travel business as well around everything else, I find that's really flexible. and I just kind of fit it into little bits of time here and there. I go onto Instagram and answer questions, or on WhatsApp, we have WhatsApp groups and things. So that just kind of fits in as and when, and so I don't feel like it takes up any huge chunk of time, if that makes sense. So apart from when we I might do some training or something in the evening. I did one the other evening on Tuesday. But yeah, that's an hour of my time, so that's not too bad, and that's always in the evening. So I do tend to find that I can fit it in around everything else quite well. I'm just having a clean up before I go on to the next bit with the cake. And I've been using this Sephora recently. It is Cypress and Sea Sage. I hadn't used this one before. It is such a lovely scent. I leave my cloth soaking overnight, and I've just wrung it out, and I'm just wiping over all the units, all the work surfaces, because it's disinfectant. And everywhere just smells so nice. If you haven't tried this scent, go and find it. It's a really good one. I might have a search actually and see if I can find a larger bottle. Something that I've learned over the years is that no matter what phase of life you're in, there's always a juggle. Things never seem easy. I really thought when I had the kids at home that when they left it would be so much easier, and actually in some ways it's harder. I miss that structured routine, for example. Now there isn't really a routine, so we just tend to work more, but then we're actually fitting in more things. Also, since moving away, I was really delusional, I think. I thought that going away we would lead this amazing slow life, there would be no interruptions, and sure enough, it's lovely. We don't really have interruptions as such. We don't bump into people in Waitrose, for example, because when we go shopping here to Lidl, we don't know anyone. That's really nice. We don't have the hour conversation when you haven't seen anyone for quite some time. We don't have anybody knocking on the door because nobody knows us. But instead, what we do have are other interruptions. For example, having family visit this weekend. That never ever happened before. We didn't ever have anyone come and stay over, unless my dad was over from the States, but that's different. But now we've got family that want to come and stay. Even though we're only an hour away, people still want to come and stay. And that for us is like a whole weekend, even if it's one night. The sorting out the day before, and then the clearing up afterwards. And now also with having kids at uni, okay, we don't have the daily interruptions, but actually we have the time taken out, which is a lot longer now, for visits and helping them, sorting them, that kind of thing. So that is time as well. And we actually find that we don't really get free weekends anymore. I still need to work a good solid couple of weekends a month. That only leaves us with a couple of weekends of freedom. And then they're always taken up generally by catching up with family and things like that, or if we need to do any chores, like if we need to go shopping for something. And we're actually not having the downtime that we really expected. So I do think that no matter what kind of life you lead, and no matter what age you are, no matter what responsibilities you have, there is always a juggle. I know a lot of people now, sort of going into our phase of life, they've got elderly parents now. I'm quite lucky, my parents are very young. They were teen parents, so thankfully I haven't come into that. AIDS parents are still in really good health, but we do have a lot of friends that have had to care for parents and things like that. And I know from experience with my mum and her family, it's hard going. And in fact, I think it was probably a lot harder than actually having little kids at home. So I think no matter what phase of life you're in, you always have juggles. There's always so much to do. And sometimes it's really difficult fitting everything in. Let me know if you understand that, if that's something that resonates with you. And are you a juggler as well? There's just so much that we're not getting time to do at the moment. We had to cancel on friends this month because we had too much going on, especially now with a few weeks leading up to going away. I need to work even longer hours. We really thought we would have like all the garage shelved out and organised. Nothing's been touched in there. We've still got so many boxes. I thought the house would be a lot more further along. But again, everything is so time consuming. We still want to fit fun times in. We went to Stonehenge the other day and I don't regret that at all. It was so nice, but I expected to have a lot more time where we do that kind of thing, and unfortunately that's just not happening quite yet. It smells so delicious. This cinnamony, pumpkin-y smell always makes me think of the States. It really does. I love that you can have pumpkin cake in Starbucks any time of the year in the US. It's always my go-to cake. I adore it. And then I've got my new loaf tins, which I am loving. I've just drizzled some oil in there, so I'm just going to go around that. I might add a little bit more actually. I don't want it to stick. We're broken. I know it's getting late, but I want to stay. Putting this in for about 45 to 50 minutes. There was quite a lot of mixture, so I'm actually doing a couple of cupcakes so we can test those out because we won't be able to cut into this until tomorrow. Right, cakes in the oven. Let's take my recipe journal upstairs. I'm going to get the bathroom done, I think. I just want to get those jobs ticked off and then I'm going to get back to work. I can just see all the dust on here as well. And everywhere. Everywhere's dusty. Why does the dust get there so quickly? I only did it a few days ago. I really seriously thought that when it was just the two of us, I wouldn't have as much housework to do. And although you don't have the same amount of picking up to do, the house gets just as dirty, to be honest. So before I go back to work, I am going to give this bathroom a quick clean. We use this one in the evenings because we like to clean it each time we use it. And this one's a lot easier and quicker to clean than our ones. We use ours in the morning and this one in the evening, except for obviously when we have guests. And I forgot to say, we bought this off Amazon recently. I thought it would be a really good little purchase to pop in the bathrooms because we haven't got vanity units yet. I think that's going to be quite some time before we get everything ripped out and done as we want it. But I thought for 50 quid in the meantime, that would be ideal. However, in the picture, these look like normal baskets, not off-white. See, I need to dust all this as well. And these little drawers are completely useless. I didn't measure the height. I was thinking I would be able to put the cleaning bottles like that and close it, but no. So everything has to lie down, which is really rubbish. So yeah, I'm a little bit disappointed with that. Totally my fault though, because I should have measured. I have wondered if you could put, if I can take the base out of the drawer, if I can take the base out so that they can just stand up right there. That would be a lot better.
I don't really need a new friend, so spend your time with me. Looking for someone who can play though, wanna hang with me. I'm not really looking for a friend, so spend your time with me. Looking for someone not afraid to give it all to me.
The scaler is out. The other thing I need to do, I've just got nail polish remover out. I always have red nail polish on my toes. I don't know if you can see that, but whenever I have a bath, I always manage to get nail polish on the side of the bath, so I need to clean that off. The best way to do that is to dip a little bit of nail polish remover onto a cotton bud and just wipe it off, and it comes off really, really easily. There we go. That's all clean now. And one last thing in here. I need to top up the soap in here. I've been topping them up in the guest bathrooms with Method. This sweet coconut is so nice, and it's currently on Amazon for about £2.80. There we go. Every surface is wiped down and clean. Oh, I need to change the towels as well. And I need to put the hoover around, which I will do in a bit as well. I think we'll wait for these cakes to come out, and then I will finish this video, and then I need to get back to work as well. The muffins have been in for about 12 minutes. They are very hot, but they look like they are done. This is such a good way to try a cake before cutting it. And I'm going to leave the cake in for another half an hour. It's still a little bit on the warm side. Do you want to try one? They are quite warm actually.
Warm cakes.
I think warm though, this kind of cake. Oh look, there's a nice bit of apple that's just come out. Be careful.
Did the skin's been cut off, haven't they?
Yeah.
Cool. Well, very warm then. Do they need to cool down a little bit?
That's really nice. Can you imagine this with ice cream?
Or cream.
I'd go
Cream
with
and ice cream. That'd be nice. Oh, they're really hot. Trying to get mine out without.
My camera card's about to finish, so I'm going to finish this video. It's very hot. Thank you very much for watching. Let me know what your juggles are. Have an amazing weekend. I'll catch up with you on Sunday in a new weekend vlog. Bye. It's really good.
Really hot.
Good though, isn't it?
That was so tasty.
And 45 minutes of baking. This cake looks delicious. I've sprinkled it with cinnamon sugar.